Shalom, shalom. All right, and we brothers here from the Great Millstone Atlanta branch, coming back to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashimah Shah with another camp. You know, Lord willing, it's an edifying camp. May Yahweh Bashimah Shah watch over us as we out here doing the work of the Lord, man. Before we get started, of course, we want to give all praises, all glory and honor to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakudash. All right. Also, we want to give double honors to our apostles that taught us this truth, the elders of Great Millstone. And peace, love, many blessings to the elect, men, women, and children, to the 144,000 that's out laboring week in and week out, you know, putting their lives on the line, you know, dedicating their lives to this ministry, man. To you, we say shalom. Okay, back to prophesy here in Babylon the Great, 2022 AD, you know, in the year of the reign of President not Donald J. Trump, President Joseph Biden, okay, in the, what month is this? In the 7th month of the Gregorian calendar. You know, that's how the prophets would write the scriptures back in the day. You know, you read the book of Chronicles or the book of Kings, they would say in the year of such and such, during the reign of King such and such, okay? Well, that's where we at right now, in this reign of President Joseph Biden, year circa 2022. It's a lot of things going on, man. Yep. Right. Last year on his first term, you know, and it's a lot going on, man. The world is in an uproar. Okay, you know, people are rising up against their established governments. There's insurrections, there's riots, there's food shortages. There's a situation going on right now, and with the farmers. Oh, the farmers. Where is that? Is it Dutch? I think the Dutch farmers is going in right now. So hey, man, there's turmoil going on from country to country, region to region, and this is all quoted and found in the Bible. Right. Okay. Now I want to speak on it a little bit, and the Lord willing, we'll dig on it a little bit more. There's a situation brewing in Sri Lanka right now, where they have overtaken the presidential palace, okay, of Sri Lanka. Say again?
Sounds familiar.
It sounds very familiar. That sounds like what happened here in America during January 6th, 2020. You know, it was an uprising, man. It was an insurrection, and it was the people, it was the citizens. So what happened was the citizens in Sri Lanka. That was because Donald Trump was very much. You know, Trump was still that was a year and a half ago that happened. Okay? So, somebody did 2 years. All right, so the point that I'm making is the Lord is stirring up the anger within these people, man. Okay? The Lord is stirring up and setting these people against their governors. We could give them second level scripture. We start at the top. Anybody has something? You got it.
So, 2 Corinthians 9, start at the top, verse 1. It says, he measured, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in yourself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told you before.
Yeah, now notice it says part of the signs. Part of the signs that was given to us was the prophecies. Okay? Because when prophecy unfolds, that's an actual sign, okay, from the Lord that he's getting ready to come back. So many people don't know these prophecies, so therefore they don't know that these are signs happening in the earth. All right? So that's how we measure the time, because in order for you to measure something, you need a measuring stick. You need a ruler. You need something to judge that time frame. Okay? Now how do you measure time? Through the prophecies. Okay? That's like our spiritual ruler. Okay? Go ahead.
Yep, verse 2, it says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And we're approaching that time, man. Okay? Like the scripture say, the time is not, you know, redeeming the time because the days are evil. That's in the book of, what's that, Ephesians, the 5th chapter. Okay? So we in the times where the highest is going to visit the earth, and the elder like to bring out the word visit a lot. And it really means to bring judgment. You know, to bring, and the Lord is going to bring grave judgment. All right? So, breathtaking. Like the scripture says, they were astonished. You know, astonished, man. He's going to bring a level of astonishment that's unfathomable. That's the type of judgment that the Lord is getting ready to come with. So prior to that judgment, we're to measure the time. So what we're seeing going on in Sri Lanka is nothing but just another measurement that we're making. Hey, y'all can shout out the dial. Go ahead, bro.
All right. Got the point that tie in what brother's going into. Sri Lanka thing. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Oh,
so let's go back about 2 to 3 weeks ago. You see, this got swept under the rug. There was an earthquake in Afghanistan. It was about 1,500. But they said it was like 3,000 or 4,000 missing. Okay, so we probably ain't even got. Of course, we don't got the right numbers.
Right.
Okay, but that's a part of the signs. That earthquake. Not to mention it was an earthquake in Haiti. What? Last year or the year before?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It killed like what? Like a couple, like maybe over 1,000. Okay.
It was really major. There was another earthquake. There was one in Mexico.
Oh, yep.
Mexico.
Yep.
Yeah.
That wiped all that one wiped some shit clean.
Yeah. There's been a lot of divers. Well, shoot, all the earth. They don't really put it out there, but there's earthquakes in America.
Yeah.
Especially in earthquakes all the time.
Yeah, there's an earthquake out here.
There's earthquakes in diverse places.
Right. Go ahead, bro. Yep.
Again, verse 9 and 3. Therefore, there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
So you gotta put them two together. It don't say or earthquakes or it say earthquakes and uproars. So that means that these things or these events will be happening simultaneously, man. And we're seeing it. All right. 1 week it's an uproar, the next week is an earthquake. Next week is an uproar, the next week is an earthquake. Okay, weekly, man. It ain't a week that go by where somebody ain't protesting or uproaring against their government. Not a single week. Probably for the past 3 years. Okay? And I'm being generous with that number. I'm talking about every week. You seeing something on the news, uprising in Portland, Oregon. You know, the yellow vest over in France. You know, Spain had an uprising. Nicaragua had a Beijing had an uprising. Nicaragua had an uprising. Okay? Venezuela has uprising. Every single week. That's biblical prophecy, man. Okay? That's how you're supposed to measure the time. By watching the earth. Not by watching fucking your Snapchat feed. You ain't gonna get no prophecies from the Snapchat feed, man. Okay? Just full of booted up. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 4, it says, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
So not only are you going to understand, you're going to well understand. Okay? So the Lord gave a, what do you call that type of word? That's a descriptive. That's a descriptive word, man. Not only will you understand, you're going to well understand it, man. That the Lord spake of these things already, man. So that's how we know that the Bible is true. Okay? That's how we know that the Holy Scriptures that's written in the Bible is faithful and true. Because the things that are written are happening in your everyday life. Okay? But you don't have the vision to see it because you don't know the words of the Bible. So you take it light. Okay? You shun away the words of the Bible. You shun away the words of prophecy because you don't understand the Scriptures. But if you understood the Scriptures, you will see that the things that's happening in the earth is written in the Bible. And that's giving you a clue that the Heavenly Father is getting ready to come back. All right? Go ahead, bro.
Last verse, we got it. Verse 5, like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end.
Everything has a beginning and an end. Go ahead.
And the end is manifest.
That's right. And the end is manifest, meaning revealed. Okay? The end is being what? Laid out. Like it tells you, hold on, have a quick second. Like it tells you in the book of Habakkuk, the second chapter, everything is being laid out on the table and made plain. All right? Read what you got tonight.
All right, this is Luke 21 and 25. And there shall be signs in the sun.
Oh, signs in the sun. Now, I say the last 4 to 5 years, there's been about a total of 4 eclipses. Solar eclipses. We're not even going to include lunar. Okay, we're not even going to deal with the moon right now. Okay, we'll say 4. I know it was one that came. There was 2 that came through America. 2 that came through America. 1 came through South America. 1 went through Asia, and 1 went through what was it? I think it was Europe. So that's about 4 or 5 solar eclipses in the last 4 to 5 years. That's biblical prophecy. Okay.
It says, and in the moon.
All right, now let's deal with the moon. Super wolf moon, strawberry moons, lunar eclipses, partial eclipses. All right, it's been so. The moon really been getting busy. The moon's been getting busy. You go outside, you see this ring, this halo ring around the moon. You know this illumination. Oh, how many blood moons have we been seeing?
Oh, we just had one. We just had one. What was that, May?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the beginning of spring, it was like every week the moon was red. It was like 1 week straight.
Like every night, yeah.
Well, remember, maybe about a good month ago, a good month ago, there was a sign in the moon. It was huge.
Yep.
That was the super moon.
Remember that probably a couple months ago, maybe 6, 7 months ago, when brothers was looking up in the moon and you seen Jupiter right above it?
Oh, well, it was one in December 2021.
Yep. There was another one in December 2021. There was another one, a lunar eclipse, maybe about 2 months ago.
Black King.
Thank you. All right. You remember that lunar eclipse that happened about 2 months ago? I sat on the back porch and watched it.
Yeah, it's one of yeah.
You know? So this is more biblical prophecy. Let's keep reading, please.
It says, and in the stars.
And in the stars. Okay? Like we said, the stars represent the other planets.
Well, you just had that planet before this last event with Esau, what he did, right? You had the planets lined up for like 2 weeks.
Yep.
5, 6 planets lined up, including Earth lined up from the 17th to the 30th of June. Okay? And everybody was dismayed at those signs. That was to let us know the time was.
Yep.
Okay?
That was a sign from the heavens. You see, the Lord got these Edomite prognosticators set up to give us these different articles so we would know what's happening in the heavens too. This information ain't for Esau. This information is for the prophets because we are the ones that's going to do the right thing with this information. And because we failed, we don't have the tribe of Issachar to give us that information. So we get the priesthood. So we get it from Esau and their astrologers.
Yeah, so when they got the text, so yeah, what it's for.
We don't worship it. You know, we see it. It's an article. It lined up with the scriptures. We report on it. Okay, go ahead, bro. Yeah, all right.
And then like the brother said, that's how we measure the time. Because we can look at these articles and things, we can see certain things, and we know the Lord about to do something.
Yep.
Okay? It says, and upon the earth, distress of nations.
There we go again. So these 3 things, we going through a list. All right, first we did the moon. No, first we did the earthquakes. Then we did the uprising of the people. Then we did the sun. Then we did the moon. Now what we dealing with right here, bro?
And upon the earth, distress of nations.
Now what's a form of distress of nations? Other nations dealing with bad governments, man. Okay? So they're rising up. What's a nation that's in distress right now? You look at Turkey. Okay? You look at these other countries that's in Ukraine, the water. Okay? Certain economically weak countries that's being oppressed by bigger governments. Okay? They're in distress. They call them third world countries. Afghanistan is riddled. America pummeled Afghanistan and Iraq. I mean, clean them up. these nations are in distress. That's why everybody is looking for another big dog to make a deal with. Because America came and pressed these nations. Okay? The word distress, man. Okay? That the nations are in distress right now, man.
Hey, and that goes to America too.
Yep.
We're in distress. When it comes down to the hyperinflation, you know, from just name a product and there's a higher price on it. Okay? Shortages, that's distress.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Keep going. It says, and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity.
Yep, with perplexity. Hey, can somebody get that word perplexity?
Yep.
Okay?
Yep. And if you look up, it means, one of the definitions is straits. Okay?
Yep.
Because basically, what's happening is these nations that are in distress, they're having difficult times.
Yeah.
Okay? They're
Yep.
having difficult times.
They're
It's gonna be tighter.
Yep. They don't have the economic pool to supply their country. So they're falling short on food, on water, on energy. You got the one? Clear out.
This is the etymology from Etym Online of perplexity, the noun. It says mid-14th century, bewilderment, doubt, uncertainty.
Oh, bewildered. These other nations are bewildered. They're doubting. They're uncertain. Okay? That's why they're looking to BRICS. That's why a lot of people want to go and deal with these other alliances, because this NATO alliance has been found out to be fool's gold. And the other nations are talking, hey man, don't deal with NATO, man. They're gonna put heavy fucking interest rates on you. You know, they're gonna finance you, but then the money that you're gonna have to pay back, then they're gonna increase their rates. So these other nations is perplexed and bewildered. Yep. That's usury. That's straight up usury, man. Yep. Go ahead, man.
It say confusion. It says it says something that causes perplexity, an intricate or involved state or confusion.
Yep. And what more of America pushing and promoting that confusion on these other nations? If somebody could hold Revelation 18, we'll go through that as well. About the other nations being mad because they were drunk for wine of her indignation. Okay? The other nations are in bed with America. Now you figuring out once you lifted that skirt up, it was full of fucking what's that STD? Not chlamydia, but syphilis. Yeah, gonorrhea. Yeah, that nasty spiritual gonorrhea. Yeah, America got spiritual gonorrhea, but it's too late. You lay with this whore with the lights on. Okay? Then you cut the lights on, now you see you done been polluted right along with this chick. Yep. So now you leave, now you distressed, and you done put your seed in it. You know, made in America, you done put your seed in America, a dirty, filthy, nasty whore with mumps and chlamydia and gonorrhea, and now you perplexed. Now you stressed out. Now you on child support with America, meaning you gotta try to pay, keep up. You can't even take care of your own goddamn house because all your money is going back to America.
Yeah, but see, there's those investments. Those debts, all them investments, and the rest of America get you this, get you that. All these, you got these ceilings, American monetary system, and the markets keep all the time.
Yep.
Up and down, up and down. And now, well, the country is close to losing its assets.
That's right.
Now, this is the blue letter, the one complexity, to add to it, to land back on the brother, it says to be without resources.
Yep.
Okay? So these countries that are such as America, which is high gas prices and heavy inflation, that means the resources are lacking more and more. That's why we're constantly hearing the news about the shortages and things like that. It's because the imports, export ain't matching up with the GDP. Okay? Things aren't matching up. You know, so people are, it says to be in straits, like I mentioned earlier, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed.
Oh
Okay?
man, that's heavy. Embarrassed. So as the scripture says, the nations will be distressed with perplexity, meaning embarrassment, man. A lot of these countries are embarrassed that they're part of NATO. Remember when Donald Trump was in office and you only had a couple of NATO representatives show up to the meetings? The UK banned Donald Trump from even coming over there. He wasn't even welcome to go to Europe, to England. You know, Donald Trump never went to England because they didn't want him over there. They never invited him to come. Okay? So that's that embarrassment. Oh, the mother that bear you shall be so confounded. That's in the book of Jeremiah, what, 50? Round about 50 and 12, or 50, somewhere up in there, 50 and 11. Matter of fact, let's get that. Hold on, let's get that real quick because that's that perplexity. Jeremiah 50, 11.
Jeremiah 50 and 12. Your mother shall be sore confounded.
Now the mother of who? When you read Jeremiah the 50th chapter, is going into Babylon, the virgin born of Babylon. That's what Jeremiah is talking about in this chapter. Now the mother of Babylon is who? Is Great Britain. Okay, because you have a part of the eastern coast, primarily the northeastern coast of America. A lot of those cities are named after European cities. Okay, New York, they go back to Yorkshire. We got New England, which is that Boston. Okay, you know, so that whole region, all right, was birthed by Great Britain. All right, and even when you go up there, it got a British. It's a real British energy up in the northeast.
Yeah, everything is new. New Hampshire.
Yep.
New Yorkshire.
You got Essex County.
Yeah.
You know, you got Sussex County, Essex County, Wessex County. All that go back to Great Britain. So when the scriptures say the mother, that's talking about Great Britain. And also how we can link that up is when we go into Daniel the 7th chapter. Okay? With the horn. Okay? The scriptures speak about 3 horns came up and then 1 horn came up out of the 3. But the horn that came out of the 3, it came out of Great Britain. Because you had the French Revolution, the Spanish Revolution, and you had the Revolutionary War. And that's where America was birthed at, out of England. When that horn that came up and broke the other 3 came off of the horn of Great Britain. So that's how you link that up. Okay.
Jeremiah 50:12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed.
Yes, she that bear you shall be ashamed. That's why people don't want to deal with America. You see Russia right now, Vladimir Putin is basically inviting Babylon to the battlefield, man. Why America ain't flexing? You don't really see no real muscle being flexed on America's end. You don't hear no tough talk like that anybody ever threatened. You don't hear nothing. Because why? Because like the scripture said in Joel the 3rd chapter, let the weak say I'm strong. Okay? So the mother, meaning Europe, or primarily Great Britain, is ashamed or embarrassed of America. That is the great perplexity. And it's not only Great Britain that's ashamed of America. It's Spain, it's France, okay? All of the American allies, they look at America like y'all are the lowest class of white people. They do. Even the Jews, man, they the lowest of the low. They look at you Americans like pieces of shit that you are. Okay? We talking about the Amalekites, man. The lowest of the low. All these people look at you Americans like the scumbuckers, man. Okay? That's in the Bible. So all of these are just very variable signs or different signs that the Lord gave us to be able to look upon the earth to declare his coming. Okay? So let's go back to the scripture.
This is Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. A lot of times when you see the sea and the waves roar and stuff, a lot of that are underwater earthquakes.
Underwater earthquakes.
So there's your for the people, the earthquakes, tsunamis happening again. Okay, same thing with y'all said, whatever so.
The sea represent what? People.
Actual sea, and then
And actual people. That's the spirit. I was thinking that.
Verse 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear.
Oh, you know, niggas is scared in the hole right now. Oh, especially when that pandemic hit funded, bro. Oh, Jake was out here. Hey, man, we need to be prayed up, man. We, you know, Bible sales going out the roof. Our views on our videos was just astronomical. During the pandemic, the views, the Hebrew Israelites was getting lit up. Everybody was now guess what? He saw them rock y'all back. See that? Go ahead, brother.
Yep. It says, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Yep. Go ahead.
For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
Now the powers of heaven represent the ruling class nations on the face of the earth right now. And how the elite, okay? And these big dog nations. Alright, they are the powers of the earth. They're going to be shaken. But how are they going to be shaken? Thermonuclear missile fire. Okay? The Lord is going to shake. That's why the scriptures say, if somebody can give me that real quick, what's that, Isaiah 24? That's it. You know, let's get Isaiah 24 to see how the powers are going to be shaken. Okay? Because it says once it's shaken, it says, then what shall appear the Son of Man in his great glory? So that means that when the earth starts getting hit up by nuclear missiles, that's when the Yahushua is going to appear. Okay? So this is the timeline of prophecy. See, the prophets of the scriptures are nothing but chronological masters. Okay? We are chronological masters through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, which really, that's the ultimate power. Okay? When you have the power to discern time. Okay? Everybody has not mastered the ability to read time. Okay? You got niggas out here don't even know how to read a clock. You know? You tell a nigga clockwise, nigga like clockwise. You know? Nigga don't even know verbiage of time. Okay? You know how Jake think. But see, the prophets always, when you read the scriptures, the prophets was always predicting time. Okay? So what we're talking about right here is the timeline of prophecy. So you're going to see this happening, you're going to see that happening, you're going to see that happening, then you're going to see the Son of Man coming. Notice it's a then in there. And why is that preposition of then written in there? Because that is what the Bible is about. The coming of the Son of Man. Okay? It's leading up to that point. That's why it didn't say and the Son of Man is going to come. And no. It said we're going to put everything first, then that's going to happen. Because that's what everything is based and predicated upon. Okay? So let's deal with the powers of heaven that's being shaken now. Okay? Because we gotta like the apostles tell us, you gotta break these scriptures down, man. This is how you break the scriptures down. Okay? Go ahead, man.
It's Isaiah 24 and let's see. Okay. We're done.
Oh yeah, the fear. Yep.
Yeah. This is Isaiah 24 and 17. It says, fear in the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth.
Yeah. So the fear is it say the fear is in what? The pit, right? What is the pit? The land, man. There's going to be fear in this land, man. The Lord is going to increase fear through judgments. There was just a green storm that went through Sioux Falls, South Dakota the other day. And it looked like something out of Stranger Things, man. Okay? Very eerie.
Borealis looking
Yep.
lights and stuff, yeah.
Yep, a tornado. So these are the type of judgments that the Lord is getting ready to bring to the earth upon the wicked. Okay?
Verse 18, it says, and it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit.
Go ahead.
And he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare.
Yep. So the Lord already got traps set up for these wicked people to fall into, man. Meta bear. Yeah. The scriptures speak about in Psalms 33. It speaks about how he lay a trap where he catches himself in his own snare. Roughly paraphrase. Yep, probably put his own cake. You know, if I'm not mistaken, that means face, right?
I believe so, yeah.
You know, go ahead, bro.
Reading on, it says, for the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake.
The foundations of the earth do shake. And the scriptures say the windows of the heavens are open, meaning the Lord got a clear view of everything that's going on down here, baby. Okay? The Lord's seeing everything, man. He watching, them angels is going to and fro all over the earth from different regions, cold areas, hot areas, tropical areas, mountainous areas, plains, deserts, everywhere. Grasslands, forests, swamps, jungles, marshlands, islands. The Lord watching everything, man.
Say with the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. It's the eyes of the angels. You know, that's why you see a vast increase in the so-called UFO sightings. You know?
Yep.
So much to where, Esau basically had to come out and admit, yeah, UFOs are real.
Yep.
But they popping up everywhere, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They had to release that documentation
Right.
on the UFO.
Yeah, right.
You know. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. Verse 19. Verse 19 it says, the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved.
Woo!
The earth is moved exceedingly.
Yeah. All these people gonna get burnt. The earth gonna get burnt. A lot of these different governments gonna get burnt up. Okay, that's going back to what the priest was reading in the book of Luke, the 21st chapter, about the powers of heaven being shaken. All right, the Lord is going to push fear, and that fear is going to lead to judgment, because the Lord ain't going to accept that fear, man. You know, the Lord is not going to accept that level of fear, because the elite, they're in straits right now. But you think, well, all right, we're gonna chill on them. You know, they fear. No, they don't fear. They don't fear the Lord in perfect fear. They fear the Lord, but they're still going to go against the Lord, man. Yep. They're just scared of what's going to happen to them. They ain't scared of what they did, of being judged for what they did. Okay? They should be, we got to set this up. Their fear is propelling them to be more proud. So the powers of heaven going to stand in great fear, man. And the Lord ain't going to receive that fear. Okay? I'm going to say that again. Yahweh is not going to accept or receive the fear of the elite as he does for the brothers. See, when we fear the Lord is like, all right, he fears. You know, he fears. He's a God-fearing man. He don't want no problems with me. The brother's humble, obedient, he do the work. Well, he pray. The Lord has sent some chastening your way, but he'll let up. Because the Lord be knowing we be scared. You know, it's like that with my sons. Like sometimes, you have conversations with them. And I was like, why you like that? I have to tell them, oh, you ain't even in trouble. You just talking. But you're like, oh, brother, you good. You know, you good. But these other nations, they don't have that relationship with Yahweh. You Edomites are going to tremble to no avail. And I can't wait, man. As well as these brothers up here, we can't wait to watch you Edomites tremble and lose everything that you establish here in America. Your banks are going to crash. Oh, there's going to be a big bank run. All you rich white people out here with these deep pockets, you're going to be no better than us. Okay? You're going to be just like us, nigga. You ain't going to have no gas. You ain't going to have no food. Your life's going to be off. Savings going to be hurt in a hole. Woman going to be looking at you like fuck you, nigga.
Where's the money, Bill?
Right.
Bill, where's our money?
Yep. And the elite don't care. The elite don't care about robbing their people. They crooks. They accept the fact that they crooks. They don't care that they're about to rob you, fucking white people blind over here. And they're gonna microchip you, and you might think they're gonna give you everything that is gonna be put on your chip. Hey, I hope they start you Edomites over. Right. Yep. Yeah, the sandwich. You know, with a couple of, couple of cents on there. You start from the mud. You still got to pay your mortgage, right? Your car note. You start from the bottom. The Lord gonna make all you Edomites tremble, and you other nations, man. Okay, gonna bring you lower than low. Hey, you Edomites gonna be lower than these people that was on this side, and we was low. I think this is the. I think we got brought down lower than any nation.
Oh yeah. Nothing in history that's been done to Israel has been done to any other nation.
Yep. Hey, that's the perplexity. That's the embarrassment. The Lord said that we would be a proverb and a byword. So the Lord utterly embarrassed us. So what you think is going to happen to you? You're being embarrassed right now. But it's only going to get worse. And your embarrassment is going to lead to your fear. You gotta see the chronological timeline in the fall of America. It's identical to Rome. The same way Rome fell is exactly what's happening in America. It's the same exact thing. This place is falling. This place is falling, man. This is no longer the superpower that it used to be. This is everything that you see happening right now is all a facade. Okay? It ain't true. The truth of the fact of the matter, your country no longer is that power that it used to be. It's weakened, and these other nations are perplexed and embarrassed that they ever dealt with you. There was a point in time where other nations used to brag and boast that they had ties with America, man. They would be pumped up. Oh shit, we got ties with America. They the muscle of the earth. They're the beautiful land of New York. Man, we get our citizenship, we get our visa. Man, now they fuck, man. We can't get out of this, man. I wish our former presidents never signed that goddamn treaty with America. That's what's happening right now on the earth.
And they're being robbed anyway because all these nations that are in bed with America, like I mentioned earlier, they're seeing their assets slowly being dwindled and drained away from them, and the authority over those assets of those countries are being drained away from them. Okay? A lot of these countries, they may have the resources, but they don't own them.
Right.
Esau will come in there and they'll say, hey, what are you doing with your oil? With your this, your that.
Yep.
Okay?
That's
Same
right.
thing. That's why you got Ukraine in such a big area because you got the West and the East, Russia in the West, trying to keep control of this that region.
They basically took the East.
Oh yeah.
Russia, that's pretty much Russia, man. That's pretty much Russia. They might as well redraw the map. You know, ain't no need to have that Ukrainian border up. You need to go and draw that out to Russia.
But it says Saudi Arabia starting to side with Russia now anyway.
Beautiful.
That's one of the main U.S. allies.
And if Saudi Arabia literally breaks away from NATO, it's over. Because that is a strong point in American position in war.
In that region. That's the biggest country.
And that's how they were able to get into Afghanistan and Iraq and different areas, but they started in Saudi Arabia.
The narrative is, if you know about get some food. They say that basically it wasn't anybody from any of those regimes that was so-called the players, but it was Saudis. And they used them people to get in there to start that up because they had the resources and the money to start that plot and that plan.
Yep. I got something real fast. It says Saudi Arabia chooses Putin over Biden on Ukraine to keep oil prices high. So Saudi Arabia has decided to side with Russia and spurn U.S. cries for help as the Ukraine crisis sends the price of oil sky high, even though it's the only country with sufficient spare oil production to stop the spiraling to its highest levels in 8 years.
But the problem with that narrative is that Ukraine is not a stronghold for American oil. So why are they using that? They're just using that as an excuse to jack up oil prices, man. Okay? Because Russia only supplies 1% of oil to the West. The majority of Russian suppliers is Iran. So what does Russia invading Ukraine have to do with American gas prices? Well, we don't even really deal with Russian trade at all. Russia and America don't really deal with each other like that. It's just an excuse to use and put in the media because the elite, the people that control the media, know that the average American brain is the size of a pea. That's why they're able to get away with it. Okay? Because the average American's mind frame is the size of a fucking pea. Okay? So they just put anything in the news. Alright?
Yeah, it says Saudi Arabia has shown less and less interest in cooperating with the U.S. on oil matters as it has become a viral oil exporter to the Saudi kingdom. The Crown Prince clearly feels he owes nothing worse than to President Biden, who has refused to talk to him due to their falling out over the former involvement in the assassination of the prominent Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi.
Yeah, and that's all, and that happens all the time. That's what they were getting on him. See, not the assassination of things to fit their agenda. See, America's bloodshed is deep, especially in the Middle East. The Gulf War?
Yeah.
Really since the 70s, right? But it's over the past, 50 years, their bloodshed in that region runs deep. And these countries and these families, they don't forget that. So now that they see another bigger dog come on the field, so to speak, they're ready to shoot. He's bigger, stronger. We're gonna go with him. Okay?
That's
So
right.
America's losing.
America's losing, and it's only gonna get worse. You know. What was reading?
That was really the main point on that, though.
Okay. You want to jump back to the scripture?
I had something else.
Okay, go ahead.
This is really quick. Jeremiah 51:7, because you mentioned about America's resources and everything that's going on in the East. So this is verse 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken.
Now notice, it said in the Lord's hand. They go to show you that the Lord controls Babylon. Okay? But he's just holding it in his left hand. That's all he's doing. Alright? And he's making all of these other nations drink from that cup that he's holding in his left hand. Okay? And reread that again. It tells you that the Babylon is in the hand of the Lord. But
Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
yeah, this country is not operating on its own will. Alright? America was established through prophecy. Okay? These words were here before America. So what has more power? The words. Because America couldn't do anything about its rise, neither its fall. Okay? So this is all in the hand of the Lord. The scriptures say that the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord, and he turneth whithersoever he wants. Roughly paraphrased. So, in the book of Proverbs, baby. Okay, bring it out.
It's back you up on that point. It's Sirach 18. Sirach 18, 1, the point is 3. He that lived forever and created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but he, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand.
There it goes. He governeth the world with the palm of his hand. Either whether it's his left hand or his right hand. His right hand is the more dominant side. Okay? It's the more, all right, you ain't do that. All right, you do this, do this, do this, do this. All right, you do this, do that. You do this, do that. All right, hold the golden cup. You can make the other nations drink. You know, you come here, you get spiritual water. You know, give it to the righteous. You know, give it to the pour that out. You bless them. Chastise them. You know, stir them up. You know, give this revelation. You know, this is what the Lord is doing from his throne.
We have that quote that the world is a stage, and we basically pieces of it. I forget how it's
That's Shakespeare said. All the world is made.
And the Lord is he's a composer. You know, notice when you compose, your main focus is on the what? Is on the band. It's what they call it. Orchestra. What? The composer ain't even thinking about the crowd. You know? The band is playing to the crowd. The composer is controlling the orchestra. And that's Yahweh Bashem outside. The Lord is only controlling the big dogs, man. The Lord ain't dealing with you peons out here, man. You know, the Lord got these other lesser luminaries dealing with you people out here. Okay? The Lord only dealing with the Lord deal with the kings on the chessboard. The Lord don't deal with you low-level, vain, spirited people, man. Like the Lord's spirit is dealing with a Moabite in the Mongolian mountains. No. But the Lord is dealing with certain high-level brothers in the spirit. Through Yahushua. The Lord is dealing with the certain high-level Edomites on the left-hand side.
Yeah, the Lord said that he's with the low, the meek and the low.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Lord is dealing with us. He's dealing
Right.
with us low, Negroes and Spanish and Native Americans and Americans. He's dealing with the hybrid, so-called white people that are in the palaces of Europe and other places.
Yeah, that's why Palace got invaded today. And I'm so happy.
Verse 3, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, in all things obey his will.
Simple, man. All things. Okay? Like the brother Elder Tazawanya was called Vision affectionately. He broke down how, you know, if a leaf fall off the tree, it was by the will of the Father. You know, just the way that there's little spots, wet spots on the grass, and this car parked there, and this tree right here, this individual here, everything is set up, that liquor bottle right here, everything is set up in the spirit. The Lord is like the ultimate artist. Okay? Every day is a motion picture.
That's in Matthew. It said, therefore, is not up to the Lord.
Yep.
Basically.
The scripture say the Lord knows the very hair follicles on the head. You know? Like the Lord's mind is deep. So you Edomites out here trying to belittle the fact that there is a creator and that he is dealing with you in wickedness, that shows that there is a power. Because he don't even want you to know he's dealing with you in wickedness. Right here. He don't even he's dealing with you, but he don't even want you to know. Okay? He don't even want you to know that he's controlling you, man.
Well, he's keeping the veil on. That's why the scripture says the covering cast on all people.
Yep.
Because they're part of the cast.
They part of it.
Yeah. He's casting it. The Most High is like this is like an ultimate spell on the minds of the people. And they think that they're working the web and out working the Most High when you working the plans of the Most High.
They basically tried to sprinkle the fairy dust on everybody and it hit they goddamn ass. Yep, nigga tried to lace a blunt and hit it. Forgot and hit it. Like, oh shit. Okay, that's what's going on with you elite. So the Lord already got you and you too far gone too. You ain't no turning back from this. It's now or never. Okay?
It said back in verse 3, for he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from unholy.
Absolutely. So because the House of Hashem is dealing with both sides, he still keep a separation between the two. Okay? He don't intermingle good with evil. He don't intermingle evil with good. Even though he deals with both sides, he keeps them separate. Okay? But he's in control of everything. See, the power of the Lord can't be diminished, or the Lord can't be put into a box like people like to.
That's how you know wickedness is useful. You know, it's not like so-called white men. They have a use. You know, the Most High is going to use these devils to actually bring about their own destruction. When you see this witchcraft, you see all this sorcery and things of that nature, that's all leaving the function by the Heavenly Father. Isaiah 45 and 7. It says he created good and evil.
Yeah, it's on a learning lesson. It's a learning lesson for our people. Because here it is, we were once all righteous, but our people had to fall and commit evil. So once we repent, we know both sides.
Yep.
That's true power. That's what a true God knows good and evil.
Yep.
So now you can really be in control over both. The angels can't be controlled over all things because they only know one side.
Yep.
Whether you're on the right or left hand side.
Yep.
That's why the angels, the scripture say the angels marvel at us. Okay?
Yep.
So this is something that we have to understand. And guess what? That spell cast over the elites and all the people, that's going to be taken off.
That veil is going to be, like it tells you in the book of, matter of fact, let's get it real quick. Isaiah 25:7. We'll bring it out and we'll jump back. Okay. We'll jump back to that Jeremiah. And see, this is how you get understanding of the Bible. See, we not like your pastors, man. Okay? That's going to lie to you, look for you to pass around a collection plate.
Shake you down.
Yeah, shake you down. You know, make you write your name on the visitors board, your phone number, they blowing you up all week to come back, sending you pamphlets in your email. We ain't about to do all of that. We're gonna give you the straight and skinny, whether you can receive it or not. That's a personal problem, man. We are the prophets of the Most High, the creator of the universe, through his only begotten Son, Yahushua. He was set up to declare to the earth the end times and what's to happen, what's forth to come. What should we expect in these times? Where do we come from? Who are we? How do we get here? How do we get out of here? What's going to happen to the America? What's going to happen to Russia? What's going to happen to us? That's what we out here to tell the people. Okay? The answers. All right?
Everything that's happening now, he said this decade ago.
That's right. Let's get it
Years
preached.
ago. Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
Notice he said the face of the covering cast over all people. Who is the face that covered that covered the earth with lies? Esau, Edom, aka the so-called white race. Okay, Job 9:24. They descend from a man that goes by the name of Esau. That's who the so-called white man is today. They're not white, okay? They're red people, and they are the wicked, according to the Bible, that was set up and established, and it was to rule the earth with an iron fist over his people, the Lord's people, the Hebrew Israelites, for a small, short amount of time. They cast a covering over the world, meaning lies. They spread lies. They told you was black. They told you was African American. They told you Jesus was a white man. All of these different lies is what we're coming out to pull back. Okay? That's why you have the book of what? Revelations. Revealed. So in the book of Revelations, really you can use that book alone to really kill a lot of lies. That book alone can really just dismantle every lie that Esau pushed in America.
Overall aspect, I guess, God's can't bring out how basically people are waking up to the bullshit. There's so many calls, business people don't trust the government, they don't trust the food, like, people don't trust nothing no more, man. That's part of that, like you said, the lies, the stuff that Esau pushes out.
Yep.
People are just waking up to your BS, man.
They calling it out.
Calling it out, doing videos on TikTok.
Yeah, no, because nobody's scared no more.
Nobody's scared.
And you should be in fear. You know? You should be in fear. Hey, I'm talking about the top. Shalom. The rulers that be, you should be in fear. There was a time in the world that no American citizens ain't talking shit about America. This is really a fresh thing, man. You go back to the 70s and the 60s and the 50s, the average American wasn't just talking shit about America.
Well, they couldn't talk nothing against their president.
It was like a silent code. Like, no, you don't speak about that. You don't speak about the government. See that flag flying high?
Just catching an Uber.
My ancestors died for that red, white, and blue.
Everybody was a good old American, man.
Start the strike. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You better not speak on that red, white, and blue. Boy, what's wrong with you? Now, everybody is just going and just finding shit on America. Niggas just waking up. Let me see what I can find today on America. Because that's that veil being lifted. Now, that go to show you the weak. That's another indicator that a country is falling, when your citizens start talking shit, that means that you lose fear. And fear is power. When you lose fear in the people lose faith in you.
Oh, look at the Georgia Guidestones. Remember this, they say somebody showed up. And for somebody to go to that area and detonate there, you know, that's a real challenge and fall for
Yes. It's only right that we talk about that. You know, considering the fact that we've been there twice and broke that stronghold in the spirit. Right.
It's been really destroyed, before twice over.
Oh yeah,
In the spirit of the Lord.
Then the Lord just came through and took it down, man. You know? Yeah, you know, the Lord just came through and brought it down. We believe it was a lightning strike, man.
Oh yeah. I would do that, sir.
Okay, no goddamn bomb. Because if it was a bomb, wouldn't you leave everything? Excuse me. Wouldn't you leave everything intact and have certain bomb investigators come out? See if there's another bomb planted out there. You should have sent some little cart or remote control robot. Where was the bomb tabs was? I see regular Edomite sheriffs with the fucking Kong Lao fucking hats.
They got cameras though. They got cameras at Georgia Guidestones. We've been there. You can actually see the cameras up there.
Right.
So how is it you got cameras all over the goddamn place, but it's just somewhat unknown?
Just a bomb just manifests. Shouldn't you have some type of footage that you're gonna release to the public showing some niggas planting the bomb? All right, shouldn't you have investigated that a little bit better than sending some two country Edomites on the bulldozer to bring it down? Shouldn't you have sent out a bomb squad and surfaced the area to detect and see if there's other bombs laid? Shouldn't it be a SWAT team? No, nigga, y'all niggas had damn near had bulldozer niggas on standby.
I mean, they could have sent drones out there. They sent in where's the garbage dumps?
Yeah. So the Lord is just breaking it. He's just breaking everything down. Oh, it's gonna be some more strongholds that's gonna get broke down, man. There's gonna be more strongholds, not only in America, but throughout the world that Yahweh Bashimah Shai is gonna bring down, man.
Hey, stranger things to come.
Right.
In people's mind, because of this thing with CERN this week, people's mind are already open to apparitions and things that are happening. So once the Lord starts doing these things, see, first the Lord has to plant the seed in your mind, because it's kind of, you can't just do it. I mean, he could, but he doesn't just do things.
Yeah, right.
The seed has already been planted around the world that, okay, CERN and strange things, so so now that things are already kind of in your apparitions, ghosts and whatever spirits and things. So now that it's already in the back of your mind, the multiverse of madness.
Right.
Them seeds already been planted.
Yeah, the metaverse.
So, you're saying the metaverse, the multiverse.
Yeah.
So now that things have already been planted in your mind, it's going to be a lot easier to take these things into your spirit can take them and say, that's something.
Well, that's the revealing.
Yep.
That's the revealing, the manifestation. That's right, which leads me to that scripture. You died.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. It reads, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie."
See that? So this coincides with the scripture that the brother just read in Isaiah 25 about the covering of the cast of the people shall be revealed. See, the Lord is making everything plain upon the tables, baby, and it's speaking, meaning it's manifesting. Okay? You should know right now who the real men of the Lord are, man. If you don't acknowledge the apostles and elders of Great Millstone to be the prophets of Yahweh Bashimah Shai, it's because you're purposefully being blind. Okay? Because everything is being made manifest. Even Vocab Malone knows. Even Vocab Malone know that the apostles of Great Millstone got this Bible down pat. And going on down, in its respective order, down to the elder bishops, okay, to the camp leaders, the elder camp leaders, and the pillars of these different churches throughout America and throughout Europe. They know we're the prophets because that vision is only coming from us. Okay? We just went into the breakdown on the moon, the sun, the earthquakes. Okay? We could go into Daniel 7, Daniel 12, Revelation 12, Revelation 10. Okay? We could go into all of these different topics, man, because we were anointed by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to teach this word.
What set y'all from?
GMS.
GMS?
Yep.
All right. Salute, bro.
All right, bro. All right, go ahead.
Continuing on. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Yep. It said it will surely come, it will not tarry. Meaning eventually the Lord is going to start making things take off. And are we not in the times where things are popping off? So like what the priest was saying, which is great perspective. See, the Lord plant seeds, then you cultivate it. So what? What happens with that seed? It germinates. It begins to open up. The seed begins to take to the soil and the water, and then start getting rooted, and then it sprouts. That's a part of the revealing of prophecy. It's just like a table, bro. You know, that's why we even making the analogy of a table. You gotta set the table up first, man. You ain't nobody just about to everybody at the stove with forks eating out the pot. The only one that eat out the pot is the cooker. I wish anybody would come and just reach in the pot when I'm cooking. See, when the Lord's stirring things up, that's for the Lord to stir it up. Okay? That's why he had to take out, dudes like Marcus Garvey, dudes like Malcolm X, trying to stir up the pot. You ain't cooking. You make some curry chicken or something like that, and you want to taste the flavoring, the cooker get the spoon. Or you would invite somebody, to come over there, hey, taste this. Tell me how to do that.
She invite you to come make the spoon.
But Malcolm X wasn't invited.
And ultimately, too, the Most High set up Esau to be the pot stirrer, man. Because it tells you this pot, right, that we're dealing with is a scum pot. It says whose pot is scum.
Yep.
And see, this like it tells you in Jeremiah, if I'm mistaken, that we were to serve the king of Babylon. You got certain Jakes that don't want to serve the king of Babylon. That's not part of the contract. We're here in the captivity.
Yep.
And this devil's supposed to do what he do up until a certain time, being that necessary evil on the left-hand side until things pop up. Ultimately, it's the Most High Yahweh Shai. But he's using this devil as a weapon.
Yeah, he's using the devil like a wooden cook spoon. He stir with his right hand, and sometimes he grab another and stir with the left. Okay? So the Lord is making, and then after everything is done, you got to do what? You got to prepare the table. Okay? You got to set the table. You got to furnish your plates. Yeah, that's what we read. Officer, you die. You set your plates out, your cups. You put the ice in it. You put your different sides on there, your dessert. You set everything up, and then you partake, man. So what's happening right now is we're partaking in the spiritual meal. Okay? And it's getting ready to be gone. It's getting ready to be eaten up. Everything is the table is eventually going to be accomplished. Okay? Then it's going to be over. The Lord is going to serve that dish, okay, good and hot. Everybody's going to eat their portion, and then eventually everybody wipe their mouth and get up on the table. That's the end. Okay? Read that again, brother.
Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him,
Yep.
but the just shall live by his faith.
Yeah, the just, in the Hebrew, the word for just is Yashoman. Okay? Which means what? Upright one. Okay? So the soul that is in him is not upright. Who is that soul that we talking about here? Esau, Edom. And we're seeing signs and symptoms every day that the so-called white man ain't right. Okay? If you still trying to figure out some good in a white person, you might as well just go ahead and get ready to just take a chill.
You had that white people lady who black car. She wasn't just moving up her body, but she was doing something.
She was selling the
Body part.
They giving them fake ass.
But see, you got people, oh my goodness, why would she do? Because she's the devil, right?
The devil.
It ain't even that deep.
Like people gotta learn how to cut to the fucking skinny sometimes too.
You white she devil?
All this beating around the bush. What good? Goddamn pie. That's witchcraft. If them motherfuckers is good, it's witchcraft.
That's part of the giving.
Okay? Just because a white person can cook some good food don't mean they good.
Not the radar people, but that's the old rope though.
Yeah. Candy tastes good as a motherfucker. But it ain't good for you. It's witchcraft. Okay, so you mean to tell me fucking Willy Wonka is righteous? How many motherfuckers he didn't help contribute to diabetes?
We turned this to a blueberry.
Most of them kids died on the movie. You ready?
They ain't died, but
Oh, yeah.
they just got fucked
Oh,
up.
yeah, we got it.
They got
Right.
fucked up.
You know, it don't matter. No, ain't no good coming from Esau.
That's right.
Only good coming from is good being a good old devil.
Yeah, that's it.
It's the only good that Edomite could do. Okay. Keep reading.
Verse 5. Yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine.
Oh, let's stop right there. He transgresses by wine. What does that wine represent? The philosophies, the religion, the way of life. Okay? And you can even equate their monetary system.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay? So he transgressed by wine. Esau going around with a dirty, nasty, filthy cup of wine and making everybody chug.
He was more generous with the bullshit.
He loved it. And it's just like, and you notice, anytime you go to an Edomite event, you know what I'm talking about. Anytime you go to an Edomite event where liquor is involved, he the main one trying to force everybody to fucking drink. You know, just chug it. You know where? Yeah. You know they got the thing now where you crack it, you punch a hole in the beer and you just chug it, you throw it and chug it. Yeah, shotgun. You do beer pong. They got you see some big. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You see these big Edomites, a New York Jets fan with this big ass helmet on, with 2 kegs of Heineken and a long ass straw, just going ape shit. You know, they do that in the spirit. Okay, they force the philosophies on the people. That's why you got all these other nations over here in America, Americanized, because you drunk of the philosophies of America. You abhorred your own customs and own ways and and drunk the wine of a devil. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, like also like you spoke about, it's money. It's fiat currency, man. That's one of the main ways you get money. We always wonder why they got a big head up and everything ain't calculated and calculated.
Right.
That's because the devil done tainted the money supply.
Yep.
As well as everything.
That's right.
Pick up again, Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yet also he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
Right. You say he enlarges his desire as hell, and he never keepeth at home. What does that go into? Never keeping at home. He all over the earth. Righteous man is every goddamn thing. Here it is. You can go to some fucking remote island and you'll be on American soil. Okay? Just every goddamn one. Hey, and brothers that do deliveries, man, you go to a lot of these Edomite neighborhoods, it ain't never no car in the fucking driveway. Right. But I be thinking, where the fuck Esau be at?
Right.
You go to Jake neighborhood, the fucking driveway is filled up. House full, blinds broken. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You go to an Edomite neighborhood, you don't see no goddamn car.
Big ass houses.
I'm like, bro, these people probably get 4-5 hours of sleep and they be gone all day. Come home at about 9-10 o'clock at night.
Get up and
Sometimes they don't come home.
Right.
They just might crash out.
Or they ain't even in the state.
Yep, or they gone, they out of state. Edomites ain't never at the crib chilling. That even on a larger scale, man. Did not say he was going to and fro throughout the earth? Okay, and also the scriptures say that the serpent will bear a mark. No, not the serpent, but Cain will bear that mark. He will be a fugitive and a vagabond, man. Okay, so Esau loved being out here stirring up mischief. Then it say he enlarges his desire as hell. He cannot be satisfied. Okay, going into him keeping all people unto himself, keeping all these different philosophies. You got a fucking masjid over here. You got a mosque. You got a kingdom hall. You got a Baptist church. America's full of goddamn pews.
Scientology.
Yeah, you got the Church of Scientology. We seen that in New York.
America's full of pews and fucking lobbies.
Yeah,
There's a lobby everywhere. There's pews and lobbies.
you know, come to the pew and get sanctified. You know, Esau just allowed any and everything to go on in his kingdom. You had years back, they was trying to perform the biggest orgy out in Vegas. It's like these are the things that's being culturally accepted here in America, and that's that wine. When he enlarges his desire as hell and cannot be satisfied. What the hell represents what? The grave, man. Okay, it's just like if a body, if you bury your body, there's never enough bodies that the earth can't take. That's what that deals with. He enlarges his desire as hell, and he can't be satisfied as long as the earth been operating. The earth has never said there's too many bodies. I can't bury no more people.
One of the elders did a years ago, he did a lesson on how like Esau really works Hades. The concept of hell and Hades, or if I'm not mistaken, it's a derivative of Pluto. Because you have, going back to Roman and this variant, which is Hades, because of what? The grave represents the pit, and the earth, it has all the resources. So Esau trying to draw near to basically hell because of his resources. He always tries to get certain things, like how the elder broke it down. It was immaculate, like he broke it down. But that shows you that Esau, he really does have that spirit of hell and death on him because he knows he draws power out of that. That's why in Greek mythology and Roman culture, they didn't just shun the devil, shun these different gods. They worship him. They wanted to try to draw and magnify those spirits, try to please them with people, try to please them.
And that's why he's such a defiled man. Yep, and that's why he's such a defiled man, because he's opened his doors to these spirits and let them rise within himself, man. Okay, it's just like that's why when a man goes into the earth, hey, that area is a defiled area. Like a cemetery is a defiled area because it can receive so many damn bodies. You shouldn't be kicking it in a cemetery. And you got these rappers that like to do videos in the cemetery. And things of that nature. That's an unclean area. That's like Esau. Esau's kingdom is like a big cemetery. You just let all these dead philosophies come over here and rest. You know, you got, like I said, you got these different institutions. Okay, you got Georgia Tech right here. Then you go down a little bit, you got Georgia State. Okay, you got SCAD right up here.
Morehouse.
Oh man, don't even give me that. And that whole area down there just feels demonic.
That's a whole cluster of fucking. What's an Archer Six right there?
And everybody in there is dead. Like you said, it's a cemetery.
Yep.
Proverbs 21 and 16. They ain't going in there really getting no food or getting life.
They getting degraded.
They're getting their lives sucked up out of them.
Yep. So that's Esau. Esau, he invites these. Yeah, come on over here. Bring your custom. Bring your practice. Bring your religion. Bring your women. Bring your kids. You want to business along with it. So that's why this place is so defiled, man. Okay? That's the wine that it caused everybody to drink. And it's just like what an Edomite do in a gathering. They get everybody drunk and then just do defiled shit.
Yeah, especially when you pass out.
You know, just start, just going crazy. Smearing ketchup, mustard, mayo, just doing all kind of obsceneries, man. Throwing shit on your face, laying people in the toilet, farting in their face. Like, they just do the weirdest shit when they get drunk. They can't even register what happened to them, man. They wake up the next day, you done been defiled and humiliated. You done been defiled and humiliated, and you don't even really realize it, man. That's what Esau is doing on a global scale, man. We just bringing it down to where brothers and sisters can understand how to break down the scriptures, because you got to give the sense, okay? But on the larger scale, that's going into these philosophies, man. These different ways of lives and cultures that's being embraced by America, okay? This abortion, okay, alimony, the list goes on. All right, let's read on, my brother. Is some on it?
I don't know, we had a quick precept.
Okay.
Bringing out about the hell, not the food.
Oh, yeah, we'll bring that out there.
Quick one. This is Proverbs 27. Proverbs 27 and 20. Hell and destruction are never full, so the eyes of men are never satisfied.
The grave, okay? The grave is you ain't never gonna see a full graveyard, okay? You can put bodies on top of bodies, you know. So it's the same thing as Esau's kingdom. It ain't enough religions over here that where Esau will be like, all right, no, we can't. If the Lord don't stop it, he gonna fill the earth with cities.
Yeah.
It's so much land in America, bro. I'm talking about just even in the state of Georgia, there's so much fields and trees that they can cut down and make cities. So don't even get started on the heartland, the plains all through South Dakota, North Dakota. If the Lord don't take these Edomites out, they will fill the earth with cities. It will be cities everywhere, and within those cities, it's going to be wickeder than the next.
Hey, in America is a John
Yeah.
because the bloodshed that is done to the Native Americans, that is done to the Southern Kingdom. Okay, all of these tribes are bloodshed right here in America, on American soil. So what is that? That's basically they haven't got no real proper burial or memorial. So what is it? It's a graveyard. So what does Scripture say about that? The only way to cleanse the land is to shed the blood of him that shed that same blood.
Right.
So Esau America has to be destroyed. That's the only way to purify this world, man. Okay?
Yeah, the scripture is quoted in Numbers 35 and not mistaken. You know, there's a lot of bloodshed has been spilled in America. You know, and that blood has not been answered for, so to speak, man. All right, we're coming to the time where the Lord is about to bring heavy judgment on the earth. Why? Because of what it has done to his people. All right. As a matter of fact, you want to have some waters? Oh yeah, I take the water. What happened to 2 and 12?
Okay. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, establish a city by iniquity.
See, that's pretty much the MO of the so-called white man. That's essentially how America was established, man. Bloodshed, rape, robbery, murder, you know, slavery. Okay, and what does Scripture say? Woe unto him, man. Meaning what? The Lord's going to bring what? Death, destruction, and judgment to you. All right, it's only right, man. All right, you need more than that?
I'm gonna jump down.
Okay.
Go down to verse 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
And the brothers were just going into that, man. How Esau, you know, likes to force people to drink, man. Even on a literal level. That's talking about like the philosophy. You know, this philosophy that doctrine time people, man, basically caused us to basically go off, man. All right, and we got my scripture. We also see what the ways of the wicked, righteous, roughly paraphrasing the Proverbs. You know, this is what the so-called white man has done to the tribes, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
Yeah, now we
Shame again, and share.
Now we in time with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Now he's being exposed now, man. He's being called out, like brothers were saying earlier, man. You know, how people are basically waking up to this devil. You know, shame is covering him. All right, that cup, which cup also represents what? Judgment, man. All right, we had to drink of that cup. You know, the curse was upon us, but now the Lord is what? The Lord is turning it down, man. All right, Deuteronomy 30 and 7. Lord, what he said, all these curses that I put upon me, I'll put upon people that hated me, roughly paraphrasing. See? Upon thy enemies, man. So yes, we do have enemies, man. According to the scripture. All right, that's so-called white people. All right, it's Edomites and the other nations. All right, you guess?
Yep. This is Ezekiel 35 and 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
Mount Seir is Esau. You know? Talking about the Edomites, the so-called white people. Those who set our face against them and prophesy against them.
It says, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
See that? The Lord's about to stretch out his hand against you Edomites, man. So-called white people. And also the mountain represents also the governments.
Governing head,
Yeah, the governing heads, you know, like the brother said.
presidential cabinets and parliaments, your foreign ministers, everybody a part of that system is going to be taken down. Okay? You see what's going on in Sri Lanka, okay? And that ain't nothing but another setup the same way it was
Yeah,
set up.
right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay? They was swimming in the pool. They was chilling in Nancy Pelosi's office. Same people set it up for this and nothing. Okay? Because the elites are trying to topple this world's government so they can say, look, we got a new world. But look what the Lord is saying. The Lord is saying your whole mountain, your whole governmental system, Mount Sin, we prophesy against it, and the Lord's going to bring you down. Right. It don't matter what you think you're going to try and fix or change. Okay? The Lord said He's going to switch it up.
With the scripture, I think it mentions how it says something about a burnt mountain. You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember where it said. I should make that a burnt mountain. Yeah. See that? This whole, like you said, man, this whole governmental setup, you know, like Brother Ariella said, the hegemon, you know, this Western hegemon, you know, peace and all that. This is all about to be destroyed. All right? Georgia Guidestone, he said we believe in lightning strike came from the heavens. Hit that thing, man. That was a sign that you're going down. All right?
Because they think, matter of fact, that's in Job. Right? It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty.
On that,
Ezekiel 35 and 4, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate.
how's the Lord going to do that? Thermonuclear missiles,
He
man.
keeps saying the word desolate.
Yeah, desolate.
Basically, He's going to lay this place out and destroy it.
That's right. That's right. When they say I will leave you neither a root nor a branch,
Yeah.
you know, this place is going to be a total desert, man.
Yeah.
All right? Go ahead.
It says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua.
Right. Why? Because it says that the Lord is known through the judgment that He executed, man. Then you are going to know Yahweh Hashem Yahushua based upon the judgment that He going to bring upon you, man. All right? That's essentially how the Lord's name, basically, gets his fame, reputation and all that, based upon what He does in the earth, man. The way He teaches. People still talk about the movies about it, the documentary. That's still a major, the flood during the time of Noah. You know, these are global major events, catastrophic events that gave that name to how much Shah had that power.
Yeah. Even when they do these documentaries in places like Egypt, they go into the dynasty, things like that, right? Even when they do that, they try to show you how judgment of the Lord in itself. Okay? It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. Right? So the Lord said, look, you destroyed and you killed and murdered my people. Okay? This is why it's important that we do designate race when it comes to the Bible. Because the Lord speaks on different races of people. We have the Edomites, Mount Seir. We have the Israelites, Jacob. Okay? These are the things that you have to differentiate and give the sense and understanding on, because the Lord is saying something here. He has a hatred against Mount Seir. Okay? He has a hatred to those that destroyed our people. Okay? It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
That's how you also conclude who the Edomites are, man.
Right.
Edomites are not white people. But yeah, that's how you conclude who the Edomites are, man. Because what nation? If you used to ask any Negro, hey, what nation is your arch nemesis, your arch rival? He gonna say the Chinese.
Right.
You're not gonna say, oh, it's the Africans. You know, there's nobody. And white people. You know, you always see that rift in the story. Esau and Jacob, man.
Yeah. And what like Muhammad Ali said, he said, if King Kong ain't my enemy, he was having an interview. Muhammad Ali was having an interview back in the 70s. Right. He was having an interview. I got the name of it. He was basically having an interview on these fake back in the day. And he was talking about him going to the Vietnam War. Before he got president. And he was protesting his point. He was like, put my people in the ghetto. He said, they ain't shoot my people up or put my people in jail. He said, the Viet Cong ain't my enemy. I'm looking at my enemy. My enemy is right here in America. So what is that letting you know? That just as much as he understood who his enemy was in that time, in the 70s, our people knew and understood who our enemy was. That changed with the 80s and 90s and crack and popping pills and this bad rap music.
Right.
Okay? And it's a reality show world. But guess what? Okay? Through social media and through things happening in real time, we can clearly see that's never changed. We're looking at our enemy when we read the scriptures. We can read about it. When we turn on these different television shows or whatever. Okay, we walk out here in the street. So-called white man is the enemy. Okay? When I say the so-called white man, I mean the Edomites. Okay? The Edomites of Mount Seir are our enemies. All right? And the Lord has a perpetual hatred with them for what they've done to our people.
That's right.
All right? It says, and it shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So after slavery, our iniquity was at an end. We paid for our sins. We built this place up, all right? We was taken over here in cargo slave ships. That was in the Bible as prophecy. He said, I shall toss thee as a dog to and fro to another country, over the waves of the water, ships to Egypt again, spiritual Egypt. All right? So we went through that. Then we fought for civil rights. He said, really, we should have gave it to him. But no, you had the KKK. You had the Jim Crow law. You had all this legislation be brought forth with these, these different agencies, okay, CIA, even to this day, to come against us, to rise up to who we are. Why? Because that hate is perpetual, man. You can't help it. But guess what? The Most High ain't gonna help kicking your ass, neither. Right. All right. This is verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Yeah, so you saw from right just not the sword heavy. You still doing it, you know?
Oh, with the guy though?
Yeah.
60, got shot 50 times, got
Yeah.
90 bullets rang out
Right.
in Akron, Ohio.
Right.
Okay?
Right, that's right.
Meanwhile, the other weird looking white boy, he got arrested for his crimes.
Right.
But Jay had to get killed. The Lord gonna get you, man.
Get on, man.
Okay?
You know? Hey, we went to that last week class, man. That Revelation 11 chapter. About how they did dead bodies behind the street.
Yep.
That's of course in the spiritual sense. You know, Jacob having an understanding of who they are, but also how to stand that Israelites have. You know? Israel, excuse me, Esau got bodies. You know, millions of bodies.
Verse 7, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain in thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword.
Yes, the most High is getting ready to bring the devil down. All right? That's what we was going to again. That's a what's it called? Omen. Omen is like a sign.
Well, Omen, now he's not going to cheat you.
Yeah, you're not going to see that new world order, man. You know, so you know, new world order it's not going to come to pass. All right? Go ahead.
It says, verse 9, I will make thee perpetual desolation. That means you're never going to rise up. You're going to be restored forever. And thy cities shall not return. And you shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. Okay? So basically you're saying because the northern and southern kingdom of Israel put you in captivity, you're going to do us worse. But guess what? It's going to be double unto you, Esau. It says, therefore as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred, which thou against them, and I will make myself known among them, when I have judged thee.
So he look, you know,
And it's going to rise our people up.
right, yeah. Very good. See that? Which is how you know. Once again, man, every time you think about the end of the world, Esau is always right there, man. Esau is the final
Final countdown.
the final countdown. It's the final kingdom of the heathens, man. Yeah. All right. No other heathenistic nation going to rise up after America destroyed. This is it. All right.
Well, you know how you know that? Because that's why the prophecies point so heavily on the fact that these nations gave their power to the beast and to the Lord. You gave your allegiance, everything that you had, however big or however small, however much or however little, you gave it all to the influence of America. So when America falls, that's why this whole global economy is messed up. Because you're linked in too deep. You in too deep. Okay? You went too deep, Jay Reed. You can't get out. Okay? So when America falls, all these countries are going to fall. Okay? This verse 12, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. So you talk shit against us, man. You put curses on us. You vehemently go after us and kill us. All right? You put poison in our communities, whether it's mentally, spiritually, the Lord has something special for you. It says, thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them.
Most I hear every comma and period come out the goddamn mouth. You know, every colon, every dash,
Every verb and
exclamation
adverb.
point. Don't nothing go notice, man.
Yeah.
The Lord gonna bring all that to judgment.
It says, thus with your mouth, this is Ezekiel 36 and 13. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. That's why when you read what's that 2 Thessalonians, it said they reach up unto the ears of the Lord and set home. Okay, Revelation 18 says they reach unto heaven. The Lord is hearing all these things that he's saying, all this legislation, all the proud speeches. Okay, Esau. So guess what? He's about to bring you down. Verse 14. Thus says the Lord, Jehovah, by Hashem Yahushua, when the whole earth rejoices, I will make thee desolate. Hey man, you can't beat that, man. You can't beat that. Thus says the Lord, Jehovah by Hashem Yahushua, when the whole earth rejoices, I will make thee desolate.
And we said that earlier. The word destiny.
Yeah,
Like all
desolate.
throughout that chapter. You know? And again, how
Ezekiel 46 and 15. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, and that's true, because when we go into the Balfour Declaration, it talks about how great joy, how much great joy it is for the Rothschild and those families to get that land, man. So they rejoice for just getting our inheritance. That land doesn't, for hell to hell with Africa.
Right.
That's a very resourceful continent, but that's not our homeland, okay? There's gold, there's all kind of minerals there, okay? If Wakanda was real, it's very resourceful, okay? But our land is the inheritance of Israel. That's what we're going to get, okay?
Even dealing with Africa, if you look at geography, how the Most High set up Africa, that's a real wild land that's just full of everything. That's why the Most High gave the Yamites that land. You gotta really kind of be, especially when Africa was really being developed, you had to damn near be animalistic to live in that land.
That's
That's crazy terrain, bro. That's crazy terrain. Especially that Sahara, Sub-Sahara area. That's tough, bro.
So, you see how the Most High set up. The Most High made it like perfectly fitted for man. It did. So that's why I said, yeah, bodies of water, rivers, like the man used to live in.
If you look at certain regions like Africa and stuff like that, you can tell you can tell the earth was heated just by how those continents look set up. Jungles and rivers and animals, you can tell the earth was a paradise. Alright? But Israel is our inheritance, and these Edomites have it. So it says, and thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. So Israel is going to rejoice at the inheritance of getting the Edomites. You're our inheritance. Okay? The Lord gave the inheritance of Edom to Yahushua. And we're going to be joint heirs with him. It says, thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it.
All of it, man. Right.
But there's going to be 5 Edomites that are going to deny their father. You can bring Edomites to sit, to sit next to Israel in the kingdom.
Right.
Okay? All right? If an Edomite attempts to sit down next to me, he's getting kissed off tomorrow. Okay? Because the Lord says all Idumea, same thing in Obadiah, they're all going to be destroyed.
Jeremiah 30th chapter says, look, every one of them shall go into captivity. ain't gonna be
It says, thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it. And they shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua.
Alright, like you said, those gonna make an example. I believe it, especially with so-called white people. Alright, you gonna, like I said, you're gonna know the meaning of what? How about you now?
This is Jeremiah 51, verse 24. And I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord, verse 25. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord, which destroyeth all the earth, and I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. That's beautiful. Yeah, burnt mountain, man. You know the word mountain symbolizes what? The government, you know, governmental structure or setup. He said, I will leave thee a burnt mountain. And why is it mentioning being burnt? Because the Lord's about to send fire on this land. All right? He's about to burn, this place down, man, to the ground. All right? To a crisp, man. By way of what? The thermonuclear missile. All right? It's very simple. Oh, you obviously, like you read earlier, after the second chapter, right? The vision is set for one time. This is like a tarry. You know?
Black people waking up with total sweats.
Yeah.
Behind what one of the missiles.
Oh, yeah. He having dreams and
Waking up screaming, drenched. You know, because he want to hit that red button.
Yeah. The spirit tells him to push the button. He just pick it up. Wipe on the side. He just goes inside. Click it.
Right, click it.
They gonna come, man. You're gonna have Russia's finest vodka.
Yeah.
And that shot line, we'll take a shot of that. Russia's finest vodka. All right. To perfect amount.
Right.
You know. And when you're gonna push that big ass red button, it's gonna be the enemy, man. That's what it's gonna lead to by the burn mountain, man. That will
everybody gonna hit that hole, man. Like the scripture say, in 1 hour, oh how she's going to bring a judgment that cometh upon her. So it's gonna be an hour's worth of nuclear weapons. You know, he's gonna hit it, you know, boom. You're gonna run over to the next control panel, you know, make sure you have his running shoes on, you know, good, you know, nice, tied up, fresh Nike. He's gonna run to the other control panel, lift that clear barrier, hit that button, then run to the other room, lift, hit that button. You know, then he gonna commission, you know, Iran, hit them up, hey, y'all go hit the button. Then the Iranian president gonna lift his clear barrier up and hit that red button. You know, it's gonna be a whole nuclear trade-off, man. Okay? Yeah, I got a video they have to talk live.
real fireworks are coming. So,
Oh, yeah.
You know, folks a lot of these have the fireworks. You know, I'm like, yo, man. All right, y'all, you know, the real, hey, that's gonna be it, man. That's right. I mean, they can sit like a whole hour worth of this missiles coming, you know, all over, man.
When you got the Star Spangled Banner,
Yeah.
you got one of the lyrics is bombs bursting in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, okay, it's gonna be bombs bursting in the air. It's gonna be them nuclear bombs.
Right.
And that's even dealing with they think that's talking about fireworks. That's dealing with the fucking Revolutionary War.
Right.
You know, because the real, so that's that we equate that to the nuclear missile fire, like what you say, right? Ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn fireworks. That's all a nigga know how to do. Okay? And I'm in the fireworks, you don't even know how to do that right. You in fireworks,
fireworks rocket. See, couldn't light it, they were trying to light it and run, light it and run. So he lit the firework, but instead of throwing the firework down, he threw the lighter down and kept the firework and ran into the room and closed the door. Both of them got fucked up.
That's signs of a nigga.
That's a nigga. American things. All niggas should be banned from buying fireworks.
Yeah.
Go to the store, you niggas.
Revelation 18 and 10. It says, well, I'm starting at 9. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live delicately with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they see the smoke of her burning.
Right. Why? Because they're not going to make their goddamn money, man. It says another scripture that they angry or ravenous food, somebody like that. Right? America, the fast cow. You live over America. They see that goddamn smoke running around. It's over after that, man. Go ahead.
Yep. Verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment,
Right.
saying, alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Something about America. 1 hour is the
After about 3 or 4 missiles in America, everything got that is overkill. Right? You know, I say 4. If you launch anything after 4 missiles on America, everything else is overkill.
Right.
You got it. All you got to do is drop one on the northwest Pacific, one on the South Pacific, right? One on South Atlantic, one North Atlantic. And one on the Gulf, in that Gulf area. That's enough to hurt everything. You know, because pretty much everything in the middle of America is like is what? Plains. You know? You drop 5 nuclear missiles on America, everything after that is pretty much overkill, man. So we talking about they're gonna get the interiors of the place. They're gonna crack this motherfucker from Wyoming, Colorado, Iowa, Vermont, New Hampshire. Like we always talk about Maine. Maine gonna get hit hard, boy. You know, Florida. Ain't no if you living in Florida and you ain't up the elect, you ain't gonna make it.
And all these cars got gas. That's gonna be fuel for the fire. More, gas station. It ain't just gonna be the missile. Because they say people die from a shockwave when they ground zero. Think about that wind. And think about wormwood, man. Radiation.
Really, America's not going to have time to develop no wormwood. America's going, all these people going to burn up. But now the other nations, after now, the ones that used to burn, they might be. If you on the soil of America, you got that time when you might not even
What they did go in there, dress the table, everybody bring the dressing off the stove, you know, baste your turkey, put everything out, sit everything out, say your amazing grace, eat your final meal together and take it in. They did the same thing on the Nolan, you know. You just go to the house, bro. Go to the house. You ain't even gotta lock the door. Just leave the door open, leave the car running. Yeah, leave the car running. You know, they hug everybody, to have your final conversation, and get ready to press.
Get ready to press something out of here.
get ready to press it out.
Right. Which is why we, like you mentioned how that, you know, like I said, anything more than 4 or 5 minutes is overkill, as I reported earlier. I said, once I would need to get more branch. Logo, make sure this place is out of there. You're not going to, you know, you're going love this place, man.
So I did a video earlier. I put it up and I went to the route map. I'm I'm gonna do another video on that too. I went to the nuke map and I did a basically what the nuke map is, and the brothers that talked about it before, but basically it's like a website where you can put in a city and a type of missile, right? And how much destruction it would do. So I did two of them. I did one in Atlanta, right? In Atlanta, I chose the Dongfang missile. You know Dongfang, that's the East Nuclear, right? It's a Chinese nuclear missile. And detonating it, the straight ground zero, it killed about 500,000 people. That's the plan, right? And that's all the way Stone Mountain east, right? All the way to Alabama. Okay? So then I did another one, and you can do it from the air burst.
Yeah.
To where the air, it'll detonate in the air, and it'll hit down. And that hit the same area, but went northeast, all the way to damn near Virginia. All the way through South Carolina, all the way through the Appalachians, all the way through North Carolina, all the way to like west of Virginia, only west of Virginia. All the air burst was huge. Oh my God. You know? So yeah, and that's one missile. That's one missile. Killing about 500,000 people plus. Okay? Plus the extra off the air burst. All right? So 200 million missiles. It's over. You know, it's really over.
I got something I can bring it up. This is just on the article. We know what the scripture says, of course, but this is from what scholars based on wormwood. We know the wormwood is supposed to be in the waters that turn bitter after the thermonuclear nuclear drop. But this is a little bit on wormwood. It says about the trumpet. The first trumpet causes men of fire to destroy much of the plant life in the world. But we don't do something going wrong. But ultimately it says, the second brings about what seems to be a meteor, comet, or other heavenly body hitting the oceans and causing the death of 1/3 of the world's sea life. That's even off. Esau don't know what he's talking about. Right. But the third trumpet is similar to the second, except it affects the world's lakes and rivers instead of the ocean. It will cause a third part of all fresh water on earth to turn bitter. Many people will die from drinking it. And basically, in the scriptures where he talks about actually wormwood that deals with the thermonuclear missiles. So Esau don't know what they want to talk about. They'll say a meteor, but they know it's some type of falling, something that's going to fall from the heavens to be extremely devastating to the point where it's going to change the biosphere of the earth. The water, the plants, everything is going to be affected by these thermonuclear missiles. That's why the thermonuclear is the natural component of the earth.
When it comes from the other people, the same thing that happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, Esau know that scripture. That's why he think, he tries to use that because that's what the Lord calls that fire. That he put the atoms in the heavens, the water out the water, and he caused that to come down. So Esau got the same technology and a silo with a missile, and Esau got the technology from the Lord to do the same thing. Okay?
So the Most High gave the devil angelic ability. That's why he has the ability to create miracles on earth.
He made the bomb. That's what he said.
Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, now was shy, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Right.
earlier, this is like 18, all things obey his will. Esau's looking forward to this is sword. It's also swords on blessing. All right, go back to the and that very sword, you know, will use that to bring him down. Man. See? Esau, you got put the trick back. You create these mystical weapons, thinking that this is how you're going to take over, but what you're going made you create that so you could use it against your own damn self. You know?
Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. All the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
Right. Day of World War III declared, and making nations going through these missiles now. All right, with America, Babylon the Great being the primary target. All right, go ahead.
All right, it says, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor
That's it.
That's a full scale uproot.
All right.
Y'all said, you mentioned a parable about how you have to beat the tares. That was one, because the tares made you have to beat.
Right.
But then you got the other one, where you said all every plant.
Yeah.
You mentioned about the
Every tree
basically
that is
said,
not planted by
Yeah,
my
yeah.
father.
yeah. That's one, just another one. Going down. Basically, the weeds and everything. That's when we said chaff. When we chaff and burn chaff. Yeah. He said, yeah. The chaff is basically anything that's left, plant life, anything that's unusable. You throw that into the fire and you burn. So that's what these witches are going to do. They're going to burn these people up like chaff and throw them into that furnace or this nuclear destruction to be burned up.
Isaiah 34:5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Right. Sword, man. Which is what? Again, thermonuclear missiles. You know? So these really the most highest missiles. Just use this damn devil to bring it forth on the earth, man. I pray you can get that. I pray for Smith, you know, to bring forth the waste to destroy. All right? It's a judgment day, man.
Terminator. We always
Oh, you Terminator, yep. You know? She had to go that. She had a vision, a dream, fire. Yeah, that's, you know. Yeah, Sarah Connor, man. That thing's coming. All right?
Like you had Andrew Tate with I-20.
That's clearly a so-called white man.
Oh yeah.
All right? So that's you, man. You know,
Right.
Esau is a so-called white man. Bar none. All right? You know that?
Well, I got the one here.
Okay, we can get that, then we forgot 24.
Okay, which one you want first?
Matter of fact, yeah, I read 24 first. He mentioned, I said it shouldn't be from either root nor branch. Once the nuclear destruction happens, that's it, man. It's just the devil's not going to rise back up. America's not, what is it, you know, about the Phoenix, rock from the ashes. America's not going to rise from the ashes, man. That's it. That's it. That's it. This is like after
This is Isaiah 24:20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage.
was going to earlier about the earthquakes, you know, things being shaken up. The ultimate earthquake is coming. All right, when the Most High dropped these missiles, man, go ahead.
And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
Then it shall fall and not rise again. It speaks about the earth, which really, you know, essentially this leadership, this society. The old world. That's right. The old new world, the old bullshit. You know, it's gonna fall. It said not rise again. And that's the end story. It's not gonna be a renaissance to the renaissance. That's right. You know, you can't wake up twice. No scripture that says this. All right, came back up.
Verse 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth.
Right. Some might be elites. You're gonna get punished. Matter of fact,
Yeah, because who sit higher than the elite?
right. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, who sit higher than the elite?
Right.
That's why they're called, they're known as the lofty minded.
Right.
These devils, man, when it tells you in Psalm 73, you got the one where he said they got more than hearts to wish. You know, it's quoted today worth $500 trillion, which is that's a numerable number.
Low ball.
Yeah.
Low ball.
They probably seen that number like, yo, what the fucking drop their glass of scotch. What the fuck is this? 500 trillion? Who in the world? You know? Double, and that's why you had that Rockefeller when he had like 5, 6 heart transplants.
Yeah,
You know? And these devils, they're trying to tap into that a new life.
Yeah.
That's why they have so much money. They like, we might as well just suck up all the resources, destroy this world, create a whole new Valhalla in some other remote location. That's what
they doing that. But you got all these different projects stepping down, a lot of people resigning. You know why? They're going into fucking hiding. Okay? They ain't going to the underground bunker over here. They either going to Singapore. Singapore is a hotbed for escape movies. You know, because it's pretty much like it's like America over there.
Yeah.
You know, it's way more technologically advanced than really a lot of Chinese countries. Singapore is like on a level like you should look into it. Singapore is on a high level when it deals with technology, and they got a good economy. So a lot of these rich and it's ducked off. Like it ain't no place where niggas be visiting. Niggas ain't saying that. Yeah, you know, niggas ain't worry about no goddamn food. People don't even know where it's at.
You know, it's in that, I think it's around that archipelago of islands for the Philippines.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of Thai,
Taiwanese.
Thailand, Taiwanese, Philippines, Singapore, that whole region is basically ducked off to where the rich can go over there and F around.
And mess around and don't leave no trail. Don't leave a trail at all. So a lot of these people are just going into hiding, man.
Right.
Okay? You're gonna start seeing less and less more appearances. Like you notice that during the PJB's presidential run, President Joe Biden, I call him PJB. Did you ever notice that he don't really do a lot of State of the Unions?
Yeah.
He do that many appearances.
Well, he's done this too now.
So these people, these presidential figures, these figureheads of government, you're gonna notice they're gonna start making less appearances. You see more about fucking Sarah Palin than you did about fucking Kamala Harris.
Oh yeah.
You don't even know what the hell she's doing out here. You don't even know who you and then you knew about Melania Trump. Melania. That's Melania. Melania is his wife. Oh, she was all over the media. Who was President Joe Biden's wife?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
That's a great question.
yeah, but professor and shit. She's supposed to be some type of like college professor and shit like that.
Yeah.
made up a
And,
name.
you know, she's just there.
Yeah, she is good.
You know,
Now, who's
now
the first
brothers
lady?
know because we very, you know, research. But the average person, you go, if we was to go do a survey up on Peachtree right now, they say, hey, what's the first lady of America? They gonna say Michelle. Well, I know what my first lady. I don't know about the one now, but I know my first lady. That's Michelle Obama. You know, so these figureheads are going to become less and less prominent. Okay?
No, they selected to do a job, and like him, he's selected, but he's still fucking up. Why they're pretty much giving him the paperwork to do it. He can't even get that right.
Well, I mean, all he does is mess up who my and like, you know, like, you can see a president come up on the podium. Don't get me wrong, like, you know they got these people. But they spoke with so much emphasis. Even worse. But then it just gets to a point where you can get bothering. It's like, then you got out there.
Falling off the bike.
Falling off the bike.
Imagine all the
Taking the
paperwork.
soul.
Imagine all the fucked up paperwork he goes through on a daily basis. They gotta reprint the same goddamn piece of paper.
His secretary was like,
You probably don't write, probably just stamp everything.
Yeah, if you were right, if you was smart, if you was his secretary, you wouldn't even let him fucking in.
You will let him touch the damn thing.
He probably up there screwing up all kind of goddamn paperwork. Don't even know how to write his signature. You know? So who? That's why the scriptures say, 2nd Ezra 15. You know, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, but power shall stand in their own hand. So nobody is giving a damn about you. See, the old America, the president was damn near bigger than Michael Jackson.
Oh, your president. But it was a thing for Michael Jackson, the first celebrity to meet the president. That was a big thing. We can invite him to the White House. Shoot. Something offered the name by the one called to the White House. I don't think they wanted to go.
They declined.
Yeah, they declined. They said, we don't want to go.
I think it was the national champions for the college. Or was it?
That was multiple times. It was one time they got McDonald's. Another time they got Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
And then it was another time they denied it. Said they don't want to go.
but how many times Biden done that? Even though the Trump, it was a couple of people declined. A lot of people was effing with Trump. Biden, how many niggas has actually you seen going to the White House, dialoguing with Biden, being around and stuff like that? Nobody nothing with this on his side.
So this is going to show that this kingdom is brought down.
Isaiah 24 and 22. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit.
The elites, man. You say, where did you
Isaiah 24 and 22. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days they shall be visited.
That's right. Yes, you're going to be put under arrest, basically. Talk to the prison, man. All right. We should Isaiah find the king of chains. You know, okay, bakers, man. We're gonna have certain cages, holding cages for you, for you heathens in the kingdom. We're gonna have some of the heathens gonna be like the COs. Yeah, not him. You know, but you know, gonna be the COs. Gonna be some rough prisons. You think Guantanamo Bay something? Wait till you see them holding themselves in the kingdom of heaven. Your ass gonna be in the earth. That's like a big ass ant bed.
Scorpion and reptile.
Here it is, you done carved the prison out in the earth. You know, it's like a big ass ant bed. You know, niggas gotta crawl through. You got a glass, a glass on. You got a glass. You can see all the prisoners crawling through their jail cells. You know, you go dig, have a dig a pit. Prison cell gonna be 50 to 100 feet underground. Then you're gonna be able to go to your basement and see the big ass piece of glass, all the Edomites crawling around.
Right underneath them is gonna be fucking U-Haul truck size ants
Dealing with
taking their layers.
That's gonna be a great gathering.
With a canine right behind the radar. We gonna have crazy animals.
I got something here. This is Job 27 and 19. The rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He openeth his eyes, and he is not. And that goes into the elites. Okay, here you got super rich elites, right? Whether it's a Rothschild or a Rockefeller or a DuPont or Vanderbilt, all the way on down to your Warren Buffetts. Okay, you're all going to be lying down in the pit, man. Okay, you're not going to be gathered with your fathers. You're going to captivity. Okay.
Old
Yeah.
I had about 40 hip replacements, 7 heart body like this, like you have to figure it out.
You got to figure it out.
You know?
Hey, like we got to do.
Yeah, we got jacked up.
And we ain't gonna be making medicine to people like oh no, I don't devils live off that shit out there. It's a drug. Yeah, and you gonna
take hold on him, and waters, a tempest threw him away in the night. The east wind carried him away, and he departed, and as a storm hurled him out of his place.
And with the instructions, you see your ass away. Like it says in Isaiah 14 chapter, there's some instruction there. The secret agent, man. I mean, more than that.
Yeah, it says, for the Most High shall cast upon him and not spare. He would fain flee out of his hand. Men shall clap their hands at him and shall hiss him out of his place.
Yes, the devil's about to get brought down. I want to say the worst way, the best way.
Yeah.
Good thing, Lord's about to uproot your ass out the earth.
Yeah.
To bring forth righteousness.
Some shot
with
like that.
Sign off. No one be edified, all right? Giving no praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash.
God, to the apostles, those who break millstone. Shalom to the elect, those ones to the next kin. You want to say shalom.
Shalom.